Here at the Driver Rehabilitation Center,
I'm so scared.
we're in the business of helping Canada's worst drivers.
Breathe.
But their physical driving skills are not our only focus, because
That's not a solution to a problem, but interesting choice.
some of their bad driving is the result of how their brains work.
I think my #1 driving issue is up here.
I have ADHD, right?
Some people drink, some people smoke, some people do drugs, and I wreck cars.
20 crashes and you never figured out maybe I should start paying attention. Wow.
No.
To help Canada's worst drivers with their mental health, we employ Shamala Kiru. Shamala knows that Carleen was a confident, professional driver. But that was before she was hit by a car while walking 13 years ago.
Yep.
What will it take for you to drive alone?
I was hoping then that that I'd have one more time with Tim in the city, and then try it by myself.
Our head driving instructor, Tim Danter, knows that Carleen's ultimate goal is driving alone on the highway. And based on the 2 public drives he's done with her, he believes she's ready for that now.
I think I still need one more drive with Tim in a bigger, in a more traffic environment, and then I want to do it by myself.
Desi, a self-destructive mother of 2, has been in over 20 serious crashes. But Desi only crashes when she's alone and speeding.
Speed is fun.
Yeah, I
For
guess,
you?
yeah.
Is that why you speed?
Yeah.
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 Driving can and should be boring to some degree.
Yeah, I get that.
Brittany says she's been responsible for over 50 damage-causing accidents.
I never realized I had to pay attention while I was driving.
Like, I'm not sure how you could drive without paying attention.
Yeah, I never paid attention. I just never focused on what was in front of me.
Alexis has a brain that bounces around so quickly, she feels more comfortable when she's overstimulated.
That's why I'm here, because I need to learn how to take this squirrel brain of mine and like bring it down to like a turtle brain.
And her defense mechanism is shrugging off all responsibility.
When you're in the car, it ends up looking like you just don't care.
I feel like there's not much other than my daughter and like my career that I really care about.
The final nominee for Canada's worst driver
I can't find the turn.
is Brandon. Brandon can experience uncontrollable joy.
I did it! Yes!
Uncontrollable sadness. And uncontrollable anger.
I hate reversing!
And when his emotions get out of control, so does his car.
I would say whenever my anger gets to a certain level that I have no control.
That's a serious mental problem if you actually believe that you can't control your own behavior.
I need help, and I'm willing to get that.
Shamala sent Brandon to a doctor who told him he has
Possible bipolar disorder. Based on my mood changes and where I'm at, you know, as a driver and my mental health, and I'm glad that I kind of have a grasp on what it might be.
So your plan then is to see someone regularly when you...
I'm going to try regular basis, see how that goes, and see how far I can improve.
Brandon's ultimate goal in rehab is to improve his physical driving. And right now, Brandon is having his pedal control tested.
Ooh.
To pass this test, drivers must use perfect footwork to balance
You're right in the pocket now, so I'll lean back with you.
our super finicky teeter-totter.
That's it, that's it, that's it. As soon as you feel it raised, you've gotta stop. Come back up, like that, but you need to put it in drive or you'll go in reverse.
I was in reverse.
Have you ever hit another vehicle because you thought you were in driver reverse and then you went the wrong way?
Yes, it happened in a parking lot at my...
At your?
Okay, I'm telling you this story later. I'm focused on doing this.
Drivers have 15 minutes to get this seesaw balanced. But Brandon just can't find the sweet spot. Brandon was nominated as Canada's worst driver by his best friend, Sarah.
Lean back! Lean back!
The alarm, the thing's going off! The thing's going off, I don't know.
Try to unjam the horn, for God's sake. This is ridiculous.
Shut it up! Come on, you.
In case you thought you tuned in to a home decorating show, no.
Shut up!
This
I know.
program is called Canada's Worst Driver, and Brandon is one of them.
On this program, we teach and test the lousiest motorists in the nation. In the end, we name Canada's worst driver.
Shut the up.
Unbeknownst to me, Brittany is driving with 2 feet.
Now you're in the zone. So, wait. Now she's out of the zone. You've really got to be delicate. Delicate. Off the brake fast and onto the gas, and just like the tiniest bit.
Can I use both feet?
Now, how's that going to help you?
Well, because I can just...
You know why people don't get encouraged to use both feet? Because people like you get in trouble if they're 2-foot drivers. They hit them both at the same time. Now they lock the front brakes with the brake, and the rear tire goes, zzz, and then they go, ah! And then they release, and they take off, and they slaughter whatever in front of them.
Oh,
That's reverse. That's reverse.
I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what happened.
Mia is Brittany's sister.
Wrong gear.
Philippe Letourneau is our high-speed driving instructor. Alongside Tim and Shamla, Philippe watches every move the bad drivers make, as does Cam Woolley, our legal expert.
Yeah, 2-foot drivers are responsible for a lot of the collisions between cars and houses and restaurants and pedestrians.
At the end of this episode, these folks will help me decide who should graduate. At the end of our series, they'll help me decide who is Canada's worst driver.
I really want to use both feet.
Do you drive with 2 feet sometimes in public?
Yeah.
In what situations?
Just pretty much if my right leg gets tired, I switch legs. Like I'll tuck my right leg underneath and use
You'll
my
tuck
left
your
leg.
right leg underneath?
Yeah.
No matter how much I beg,
One foot driving. 1 foot.
Brittany just can't resist the urge to drive with 2 feet.
I need 2 feet for this one.
Okay, you're... No.
Brittany needs to drive with 1 foot.
I'm sure a lot of people drive with 2 feet and just don't say anything.
Desi usually wears boots that are so tough she can't feel the pedals. But for this challenge, she's taken them off.
If she's doing this in order to feel more control, by all means, I would encourage it.
I would encourage Desi to work on her pedal control. By the way, this is a doable challenge.
Stop. There you go. Stay right there. So this is doable.
Yeah.
Carleen has too many physical issues to risk falling off our teeter-totter. So, Alexis is the final driver.
Now that's really bad pedal control right out of the gate.
When it comes to pedal control,
It's
Ludicrous.
Alexis is the worst person here this year.
Nice and easy.
That's professional driving instructor Jerry. He taught Alexis how to drive 5 years ago.
Yeah.
There is no nice and easy in this little piece of junk.
That's not true at all. Okay, so step number 1 in getting good pedal control is not blaming the equipment.
Step number 2 of good pedal control
This is rigged. This is rigged.
You're gonna get this.
is using the brake when you need to stop moving.
No, you gotta stay. Listen, you gotta stay on the brake too. When
No,
you're.
you don't.
What happened that last time? You were like hovering and then you went backwards again.
Well, I apparently need to hit the brake too.
Yeah, you have to hit the brake.
I didn't know that.
Once she knows that, Alexis succeeds.
Lean back, lean back, lean back.
No!
Oh, hey,
We
hey,
win!
hey,
We
hey,
win!
Hey!
Canada's worst driver, teaching bad drivers through frustration since 2005. Hey!
Alexis passes.
It's dumb, but like I understand why they make me do it.
When we come back,
JTurn.
Canada's worst drivers learn how to do a JTurn.
Okay. That's like some Batman.
You know what might be as dangerous as a car crash? Your brakes. Now, you would assume that as the automotive industry has evolved, materials like, I don't know, asbestos would have gone the way of the dinosaur. But in fact, Canada still has not banned the import of brake pads that contain asbestos. We bring in over 300,000 brake pads per year that are lined with that cancer-causing substance. And most of the mechanics who install and uninstall those brake pads don't even know it. That's something fun to think about, isn't it? As you smell the friction that's caused by Philippe Letourneau as he teaches Canada's worst drivers how to do a 180-degree spin out using their handbrake.
A handbrake turn is achieved by driving 40 kilometers an hour.
Then let go of gas. If I let go of gas, I go a little bit one way, hard the other way.
And then pulling on the handbrake.
And we're out of here.
That's like some Batman.
It works because the handbrake locks up the rear wheels while allowing the front wheels to turn. And while many of Canada's worst drivers can't figure this simple maneuver out,
Wait. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay.
there is one bright light.
Oh. Yeah!
I love this.
Carleen is a natural at handbrake turns.
I feel good.
Want to do one more?
Yeah.
It takes everyone else a little while,
Here we go.
but eventually, all of Canada's worst drivers are able to get the timing down pat on this popular stunt driving maneuver.
I want to do it one more time.
For the handbrake challenge, drivers will come down this laneway at 40 kilometers an hour. Once they enter this enclosed space, they'll have to do the maneuver around a foam figure.
Season 14, handbrake challenge. Here we go. 20, 30, there's 40. I want to just maintain 40, hand on the brake or it won't work. Boom, boom. Yeah, baby. I so do love this.
Doing this maneuver in public would result in an immediate license suspension if you're caught. Brandon will be doing the handbrake challenge
Turn it around, please.
around a picture of Sarah.
Don't hit me.
Oh my God.
Drivers will get 5 attempts at this challenge. And on Brandon's first 2 runs, he hits the foot brake.
Left, right. I didn't turn. right.
When the foot brake is applied, the front wheels lock. And that will cause a forward skid, not a J-turn.
Why did you start to skid?
Because I didn't turn toward, like I didn't turn right after the arch.
I'll give you a hint.
What? I don't know. Oh, I hit the foot brake again?
Yeah.
In training, no one ever hit the foot brake.
Foot brake! Foot brake, foot brake, foot brake!
But on the challenge course, the bad drivers often forget to look where they want to go and instead focus on the rapidly approaching rear wall. And that makes them instinctively hit the foot brake.
Dude, you hit the brake!
I was going to hit the wall, that's why I hit the brake.
Brandon hit the foot brake on all 5 runs. Brittany hits the foot brake on her first 3 runs. And then she hits something worse.
A little bit this way, a little bit this way.
Will Brittany pull it off on her 5th and final attempt?
Oh my God.
Nope. But she does pull something off the car.
Ah! Stop, 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 stop. That sound you could hear was that.
The lights are off. And there's no one home.
Like, it's almost like, boom, I stopped paying attention. Like, there's something wrong with me upstairs.
When we come back,
Hit you again!
the rest of Canada's worst drivers do the J-turn challenge. And Carleen is encouraged to drive alone on the highway, but she doesn't want to go.
If not now, when?
After 2 public drives with Tim, Tim feels that Carleen is ready to hit the highway alone. But Carleen is resisting.
If not now, when?
I don't have an answer.
Yeah, exactly, because it's now.
Well, it's not right now.
Use this as your little runway to match the speed.
Now Carleen is on the highway with Tim beside her again.
So far, so good, eh?
Yeah, it's fine.
Carleen will drive alone.
We're gonna exit at this exit here.
Okay.
Only when she feels she's ready.
Would you be able to go back by yourself?
Will Carleen find the courage to drive on the highway all by herself? Yes!
You got all kinds of space. Go faster.
Of course she can drive by herself.
Oh, that truck moved over. Isn't that kind? Good job. Good job.
Perfect.
Carleen remains perfect.
It's 100, so I'm doing 103. I'm good.
All the way to the exit.
Okay. Slow down. Good.
You'd be willing to do that one more time?
Okay.
Instead of just one more time,
oh God,
Carleen merges onto and off of the highway by herself.
Get over, and we're going back on again.
A total of 3 separate times.
I'm doing good. I really am doing good.
Headed back to the rehab center, Carleen seems like the driver she has always dreamed of becoming. Just 10 minutes after returning from the highway, Carleen has to reset her mind for the handbrake challenge.
I have to get back in that frame of mind again. I have to, no word of a lie.
Like Brandon and Brittany,
Oh, shoot!
Carleen repeatedly hits the foot brake.
Oh. You were on the foot brake pretty much before you even got into the box.
Oh my God, I was on the brake.
It's worth remembering that in the past, when Carleen failed high-speed challenges, she reacted like this. Those days seem behind her.
Did you ever think that I'd be smiling at doing this?
And saying enjoying it.
And I'm enjoying this.
For the actual driving part of this challenge, Carleen technically fails. But
for me,
yes,
it's a pass.
Desi has been hospitalized multiple times.
Watch your speed.
Because she fixates on objects she's trying to avoid.
Oh, you knocked me over.
Desi's friend Drew gets knocked over twice.
Hit you again. Damn it.
#1 piece of advice we give?
Look where you want to go.
Are you doing that?
No. I looked at him again.
If you're in a sticky driving situation and something appears, whether it's sudden or just fixed, don't look at it. Look where you want to go. Come on, Desi. Come on, come on, come on. All right. Yes!
Desi passes.
Pass. Yeah. Woohoo.
Alexis is getting more out of rehab than she bargained for.
I think it's safe to say that all 7 of us here came here with some sort of mental problem that's kind of coming out now. So it is more than just driving here for sure.
That's amazing. When I got this gig all those years ago, I thought it was a driving show. It's more.
Alexis fails her first 4 runs. This is her last chance.
Oh, yeah, yowzers.
Like, not even close.
Alexis fails.
I give up.
When we come back, not much happens.
Here he comes. Oh, my God. Ah! Hi. Every year on Canada's Worst Driver, there's one pedal control challenge called the water tank test. And every year, the props department gets Andrew really wet when he introduces that stupid car back there. But this year, Andrew outsmarted them all by making the art department build him a puppet, so he doesn't have to get wet and go to get all the water off his head. Because now that Andrew has outsmarted everyone, it's time to introduce his most hated challenge, the water tank test. You bunch of bastards.
This season, we're exploring the evolution of driving. But our water tank test has not evolved at all. We've still got a vehicle with 200 liters of water on its roof. And if drivers get that water sloshing because of herky-jerky pedal control, that water will pass through these tubes and land on their heads.
The Water Tank Challenge, Season 14.
Starts with a straightaway, on which drivers must get up to 60 kilometers an hour.
Where am I at? 20. Stay there, water. 30. I want to go a little bit faster than that. I'm going to run out of space. 40. Nice. 50. 60. I'm there. And I'm just going to slowly let it come down. I'm barely hitting the brake. Come on, guys. I'm barely hitting the brake. but that's okay.
Aside from being a pedal control test, the water tank challenge also shows how well drivers behave while under extreme duress.
Just because something goes weird in the car doesn't mean that you get to freak out.
This precision steering section,
and I am through clean,
leads to a parking lot where a shopping cart pops out.
Oh, there it is.
And that leads to a turnaround corral, which drivers must enter going forward, but must leave through this opening in reverse. I tackle it by driving straight in.
All right, so it's just a series of S-turns now, so I can shift laterally.
Getting through that series of S-turns takes less than 2 minutes and creates zero stress.
From here, I head off into the reverse slalom.
And that's this year's water tank test. I told you it didn't evolve.
This is a course that can actually be done perfectly.
Will Alexis do it perfectly? No!
I'm not even going!
Oh, this is not fun at all yet. Oh!
What am I doing here?
Gentle, just gentle. You gotta get to 60 gently, gently.
As usual, terrible pedal control from her. She's so bad with that.
Alexis, you're heading. Stop.
Well, there's in my eye.
Instead of taking a moment, Alexis takes off.
Smooth, smooth, smooth.
Hey, just whatever.
Alexis, stop.
I'm not even touching the gas. Like, I'm just coasting.
Well, ride the brake.
Okay, I kind of forgot about riding the brake.
Ride the brake.
I forgot.
When an automatic car is in drive, it propels itself at approximately 8 kilometers an hour.
Don't get over the gas. Don't go to the gas.
Riding the brake allows drivers to control their speed.
Don't touch the gas. Don't touch the gas.
Sorry. Well, I gotta get through it.
In the turnaround corral,
No gas.
Alexis keeps hitting the gas pedal
No gas. No gas.
and keeps paying the price.
No gas. No gas. Oh.
I don't know how to get out of here.
She's not kidding.
I don't know what to do.
Okay. After 15 minutes,
This is actually impossible, man.
Alexis is still in the entrance.
S-turns, S-turns, S-turns.
Okay, I'm gonna ruin this car, man, and I'm gonna get in trouble.
No gas. No gas.
She says she cares, but this demonstrates carelessness to me.
Alexis knows exactly why she lost half her cargo.
Because I'm a driver.
Brittany has rear-ended other vehicles due to her bad pedal control.
How many people would you say you've rear-ended over the years?
Maybe 20.
You thought that was normal, correct?
I did think that was normal for sure. Oh, it feels like I pissed myself. Ah! It's cold! I peed my pants! Oh my God! 60. You gotta get to 60. What are you? Oh my God! It's cold!
That's not that bad, truth be told.
What is bad
No, don't hit anything.
is that Brittany doesn't collect herself before the precision steering section.
Is it good? Is it good? Where did it go? Ah! Oh, that was cold. I know. God, it was cold.
For the rest of this challenge, though, Brittany doesn't spill another drop.
I'm learning.
Desi!
Oh. Oh my God.
or as I should call her, the hillbilly hauler, is bad in this moment, but Desi only loses 40 liters.
Have a hug.
Oh, you squelchy. Oh.
Oh my God.
When we come back,
Going 60! Going 60!
Carleen has a total meltdown.
I don't need to pass a single more thing. I just want to go home.
Canada's worst drivers are doing our annual water tank test.
It's cold! I peed my pants!
And Carleen is about to learn that this challenge is not just about pedal control.
It's also about keeping your wits about you
when things go wonky.
Which, of course, is something I am challenged with. Smooth, come on, get up there. I'm not getting there fast enough. Come on.
Carleen is supposed to accelerate up to 60.
Get up to 60, Carleen.
But her maximum speed is barely more than 20.
I gotta go around.
How fast did you go?
Not half as fast as enough.
Go back and get up to 60.
Yeah, I will.
I don't think she will. Without a lot of encouragement, that is.
Get up to 60. Get up to 60. You got plenty of room to do it.
You just want me to get wet. Yeah, that's all he wants. He just wants to do that. That's it. Good times? Excellent. Good for you.
Did you make it up to 60, Daryl?
No, 45. You got to get up to 60.
I'm not trying is what he's saying, and I am. I just like to know the car. But now that I'm already wet, what difference? Sure, I'll go 60. Here we go. Going 60. Going 60. Going 60.
She's missing the point.
She's missed the point completely.
Off.
So why exactly are you telling me to off?
Because I don't like being yelled at. You were yelling.
There's stress in driving, and that's one of the parts of this challenge.
Yep, there is stress in driving.
Keep your wits about you.
Off. It's okay.
Whoa.
Before the turnaround corral, I really want to get things back on track.
Are we ready to kiss and make up?
No.
No?
No, because I'm trying to focus on getting this done, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
I'll just go away then. And you do the rest of the challenge however you want to do it.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it.
Yeah.
She's not going to learn anything on her terms.
That's right.
Let's find out what I can do, because that's what I want to do.
What Carleen does
If I go in that way,
is think about driving instead of actually driving.
Just having a tough time with this one.
Carleen has learned a ton in rehab.
Getting that corner? No. That corner. Right?
But because of this one hiccup in her journey,
Don't say a word.
Carleen is now claiming that rehab hasn't helped her at all.
Has it been successful for us?
No, it hasn't been.
Nope, that's right.
You'd think that Carleen would calm down after a while. But no.
I want out. I'm going to leave. I want out. I'm done. Let me go home. This is a waste of my time. I don't need to pass a single more thing. I just want to go home.
Brandon also goes super slow on his first crack at the straightaway.
So go back, and just to keep things fair, I'm gonna yell at you to go 60. Go, you gotta get up to 60. You gotta get up to 60. Oh my God. You gotta get up to 60.
Brandon actually makes it to 60.
Come down, bring it back to 0.
Oh my God. Ah! Ah! Oh no! When you're ready, you can turn around and we'll start again and we'll do it correctly.
I can't do this. I don't want to do this.
We'll do it again.
I want to quit. I quit. I'm done. I'm done. I quit.
No quitting. Turn around.
I'm quitting.
You can't quit, Brandon.
No quitting. No quitting.
I can't see out my front window.
Okay, we'll turn on the windshield wipers. That's traditional when things get wet.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be here yelling at you to go 60 as a form of encouragement.
I'm ready.
Love to hear it. Now get up to 60, get up to 60 this time.
No water, no water, no water, no water, no water.
Ah, easy. Okay, 20, 30.
You can do it, buddy. Go 60.
Do this again. Come on, just get there. Do this again.
60, off the gas.
Oh, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Easy.
How's that?
That was good.
Why am I yelling at you?
Because I wasn't going 60.
Makes sense, right? That I would yell at you?
Yes.
Meanwhile,
Come on! Do it! Do this! Off! You don't have to yell at me. And instead it turns me into this, and then I hate me.
Come on, before the sun goes down.
I'm trying!
I know!
Brandon's effort is really paying off.
We like it. Look at all the water that's left. In the grand scheme of things, that's not bad at all.
Brandon's reversing isn't bad at all anymore either.
As the sun sets on one more water tank challenge, we've learned to douse the flames of hatred with about 200 liters of water. Is it a beautiful thing? Oh, you're damn right it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I love you so much.
I love you too, Brandon, and I love you too, Sarah.
We love you too, Andrew.
Can we all love one another?
Yes, we can.
Tell me the point of this challenge.
Pedal control.
Brandon is a bright light at the end of a dark day.
Thank you for getting it, because that's the key to recovery, is getting it.
When we come back, Carleen says she wants another lesson from Tim before she goes home.
I need just a little more on the road.
Even though there's plenty of fast-moving two-lane roads in Airdrie, Alberta, the suburb of Calgary where Carleen lives, she could happily drive there.
I do so love living here. So quiet.
But she could not happily drive on the highway.
Stopping again. It's crazy, man. Goes too fast. Comes up so fast.
In rehab, it was Carleen's goal to become skilled enough to drive alone on the highway. And on the day I met Carleen, I predicted that she would be this season's greatest success story.
I'm loath to make guarantees, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
We're gonna fix you.
All right.
I guarantee it.
I'm prepared.
After multiple high-speed lessons and challenges,
I did good.
and 3 public training sessions with Tim, Carleen was fixed enough to drive alone on the highway.
I trust myself more today than I have in 13 years.
Obviously, this success,
I'm happy.
coupled with all of Carleen's other rehab center successes,
Yes! I did it! I did it!
put her in a position to become this episode's graduate.
Yeah! You're so awesome!
Is that a pass or a fail on this one?
For me?
Yes.
It's a pass.
And yesterday,
That is awesome.
she did make it very clear that, yes, she is ready to leave.
I don't want to be here. I want to go home.
Now, though, Carleen wants to stay.
I know I'm not there at awesome. I'm just not yet.
But are you at a place where you could drive onto the highway without Tim in a car behind you?
No.
Why not?
I
why
wish
not?
I knew.
I think you could.
Everybody keeps telling me why, or asking me why not, and I just wish I had that answer for you.
I think I do have the answer for you, and I think the answer is you could. I think you could do it in a heartbeat. I just don't know how much you want to.
I'm getting there. I am so close.
Is Carleen ready to do that, Tim?
Absolutely. From my perspective, you're good.
I appreciate that.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
And you do absolutely, no question about it, want to be a driver?
Yes. I need just a little more on the road.
Do you want to graduate this episode?
If you want me to, I will.
Does anyone else want to graduate?
No.
Not at all?
No.
No.
No. I don't think that I'm ready at all.
So, is it time for Carleen to graduate and go home?
I think she secretly doesn't want to drive at all. Maybe she just wants somebody else to drive.
I agree with you.
I think the most helpful thing that we can do is graduate her and give her a driving plan. Because I think skill-wise, in terms of what she came here for, it was to drive alone. And she's able to do that. Like, she proves
She's
that.
not. She won't do it.
She won't, but she
But
can.
she did it here. Like,
She won't, but she can. So what does that mean? She came here with the goal to drive alone. She won't do that.
We could be here another year and she still won't.
Do we bring Daryl in, her husband, and get his opinion?
Daryl's opinion is to grant Carleen one more lesson.
I think that if she gets that lesson, she'll be able to drive by herself and she'll feel more confident.
She's on the cusp, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
And you feel that too?
Yeah, for sure. And I don't want to see her fall back. I want to see her succeed.
I bet. Carleen, you are this episode's graduate, but there's a catch. And the catch is you get one bonus lesson with Tim. The lesson that will throw you over the top and allow you to drive at home alone in Alberta. We like this?
Sure.
Yeah, this is what you're asking for, one final lesson.
Sure.
Yes?
Sure.
Most people are happier than that when they graduate.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
This lesson will happen right now.
Actually, this lesson won't happen at all.
Yay, Carleen.
Way to go, Carleen. Congratulations.
Carleen says she doesn't want the lesson.
Okay, thank you so much for everything, but I just don't want the lesson. I don't want it at all because I think I'm gonna go home and go back to my old life. That was not my intention in coming here.
After she got home, Carleen wrote to us to say, "On my return home, I wasn't even able to drive around my small city. I have also had to receive extra counseling due to the intense emotional, negative experience of CWD. My time on Canada's Worst Driver was one of the worst experiences I ever had." On the next episode of Canada's Worst Driver, we learn if the nominees know their limits.
Oh my God, I'm going way too fast.
They display their tight space maneuvering in our annual Cross Challenge.
Did you hit something?
Nope.
And before we name the 3 finalists for our Unwanted Award, everyone is challenged to look left and release the brake to make it around our icy corner.
We told her to look left. Honest.